First, we're going to talk about Puffs, or 7 increasingly eventful years at a certain school of magic and magic.
And no, it's not about who you think it's about. So,
but he does appear. Now,
Yes,
this is kind of a fan fiction play, and sort of a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead situation. They can't say it's Hogwarts, but it obviously is, and it concentrates on students who we've never heard of in the Hufflepuff house who happen to be there at the same time that Harry, Hermione, and Ron, who do appear in the show, were there. And then we kind of see their backstage story, how the Hufflepuffs, who they're the nice guys, but they are rarely noted for anything else.
well,
So
they're the worst house. The worst house.
No,
whatever
they're
that means.
the undistinguished house.
Okay.
Because there's the mean house, there's the smart house, there's the brave
You're
house.
right. Undistinguished is a good
And
phrase
if
for
you're a
that.
Harry Potter fan, you're filling in the blanks here. And if you're not a Harry Potter fan, why do you even care
Why
about
would you
this
even
show?
know?
Yeah.
Except that, earlier in the year, my niece came up to visit me for her birthday, and I sent her to the show. I bought a ticket for this show and sent her, and she had a great time. I had no desire to go. I'm sorry that I didn't, because it would have been great to see it again. It's a delightful show. It's in the same way that we were taken in by Prince of Lightning. What is his name?
Oh, Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson. This, which is geared not to kids, not to little kids, but to fans, as Charlie said, but also to those who have seen the movies and want to have a kind of a let's get our mind off the real world for 90
Right.
minutes kind of evening. It's beautifully staged. You have my playbill, so I don't know by whom. I would like to say that the cast members are all terrific. One or two are more terrific than others, but that's because they've been given kind of numbers. Okay.
Matt Cox staged.
Directed by Kristen
Oh, I'm sorry.
McCarthy Parker.
Matt Cox wrote it. I'm sorry.
Yes, Matt Cox wrote it, right. And it's the little show that could. It started in a theater about the size of this desk, and it has now moved to New World Stages, which is a home for orphan shows, and thank God for it. And there are more shows that should move there instead of moving to Broadway, because then they sometimes really get killed on Broadway when they could have a nice run at something like New Stages.
Right.
So now I've said my piece.
Well, let's see. I think it was Zach Moon who plays the lead. He basically, let's see who.
I don't know.
Yes, he plays Wayne, who was born in Texas. He goes to Hogwarts. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
And basically,
We're never going to get a close-up of these guys.
Story,
it's a big cast.
The story, yeah, it's a good big cast. It's a good cast. You have, I think,
there are a couple of standouts. A guy named James Foy.
Fohe.
The way it's spelled, I don't want to pronounce it because I don't think that's his name.
Cedric. Cedric.
Cedric, and he reminded me all the way through of a young Tim Curry. And I'm not sure if he was trying to be a young Tim Curry.
I don't think so.
Well, he had this wonderful toothy grin,
and I will say, yeah.
He'd push out his head and say things in a certain voice. But he was just delightful.
And I did feel that the show got a little silly at times.
Well, duh.
Yeah. Well, but not necessarily,
Okay, but
in a good way. But all in all, it's a fun show.
yeah.
And again, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you certainly will have more of an appreciation for it. It's like you can enjoy Forbidden Broadway, but if you've seen the shows, that it's
It very
so.
much
If you know
reminded
Harry,
me of
if you know
Forbidden
Harry
Broadway,
Potter, as the movies, I think more so than the plays, but than the books rather. Although the certainly
you're probably
knowing
right.
knowing the books,
Yeah, you know the
is
books
a
better
good
than I do.
idea. Will enhance your enjoyment. I'm going to give it 3.5.
I took Charlie's daughter Sarah. Yes. Charlie took his other daughter Miriam, and
yes.
so the girls both saw it. I think Sarah and I enjoyed it enormously. She knew everything, and they treated it a little bit like Rocky Horror. So when somebody says, "Well, you're getting serious," though, and it goes, "Oh, serious," And I didn't know all of them. I knew that one, but I don't know all of them. But I think it's going to come to a point where this show could travel to college circuits.
I
think
think
it has
so.
a life.
I
It might
think
even
so.
have a bigger life than the college circuits. It was a charm. It was just delightful, and I had a wonderful evening, and I'm very glad that I, overcame my original I don't want to see that, and did see it. So,
Yeah.
however, may I move on to this?
Well, you're going to give it playbills?
Oh, sorry, I'm going to give it playbills. It's going to get. I would give it 4. I had a
Really?
I had a good time. It was well written. It was beautifully directed. It was lit very well. It had that wonderful feeling of everything is right here.
Well, I think you and Sarah enjoyed it more than
I think we
Miriam
did.
and
I would not send my
and I
Aunt
did.
Tilly from Toledo,
No.
unless she knew Harry Potter.
well, I wouldn't send my Uncle Reuben
But
there
I can
either.
see tourists walking in on it and loving it.
And-
I can see it having a life.
He found himself at the gates of a certain school of female magic and male magic, where he would spend the next 7 years. Tonight, we'll be taking an incredibly in-depth look at those 7 years. Over the next 5 hours, split into 2 parts. What? 90-ish minutes? Oh.
The bus had come in last place in the House Cup for ever. Together, we're going to change that. This year, we're going to win. Oh, we're going to get second. Oh, we're going to get third!
Beautiful.
What happened?
Oh, I think we stunned each other.
You mean we did the spell right?
Yay!
I want you to hurt them, torture them, kill them maybe. Prove to me that you are my daughter.
We are not a threat. Please be our friend.
Wait, Ron! I just had a thought. Hermione! Yes, I know that, Ron, but she doesn't know about the troll and we have to go save her.